Happy 2016. Chair Shot Reality is back. We hope you enjoyed your holidays, Christmas, Hanukkah, New Year's, whatever you were celebrating. Justin LeBar, Josh Osberg, Brian Golish, and it is the perfect time for us to return here on WrestleZone.com as there's Hell in a Handbasket to talk about, and we start out with the news that broke on Wednesday among a litany of other topics. But let's start with John Cena. Torn rotator cuff, and it looks like he is going to be out due to surgery and going to miss WrestleMania 32.
The biggest WrestleMania of all time is what they're telling us, right?
It's supposed to be.
Without John Cena. And this is where I love the internet wrestling community, because you hate John Cena, and then when he gets hurt, what are they going to do? They don't have their biggest star at WrestleMania. Well, a multitude of options. Unfortunately, all what you said earlier in a tweet, I think on Thursday, part-time guys is what they're going to be leaning on, but which part-time guy?
It's going to be The Rock, whether he wrestles, is he forced to wrestle or not. Brock Lesnar, though I don't really consider him. You have to separate the part-time guys and the part-time guys. I call Triple H a part-time guy. Yeah. I call The Rock a part-time guy. These are the guys that are going to have to come in, and they're going to have to get you those buy rates, even though it's on the WWE Network, to make the event a sellout where it's going to be. And unfortunately, I don't like it. I think this is the time these guys, these younger guys, the Owens need to step up. Guys like Dean Ambrose, Roman Reigns, even though he's champ, still grab that brass ring. They have to step up. I want to see them featured, not the guys who are going to come back like Jericho once every 6 months.
This is the ultimate test to see how big of grapefruits Vince McMahon has, because you're right, Brian. This is a time to where they could do what they've done in the past when they've had injuries. Not as many as they have right now with as many top guys, but they would rely on calling The Rock, calling Brock Lesnar, calling The Undertaker. John Cena's 38 years old. You know, they say 40 is the new 30. Well, in wrestling, it's opposite. 38 is the new 48. John Cena is now starting to feel the effects of carrying the company for a decade, elbow injuries, rotator cuff injuries, even just the odds of being in the ring as much as he is and getting popped in the nose by Seth Rollins. It's adding up, and you can't blame him. You can't expect him to be performing like a 30-year-old. His body's wearing down, and so this should be what tells you this is going to continue to happen. John Cena is getting closer and closer to part-time schedule, whether it's his body, whether it's Hollywood calling. Vince McMahon needs to step up and figure out a way, how can I rely on other people? Not just Brock Lesnar, not just The Rock. And it's unfortunate, because I think the plan was to put that in motion, was for John Cena to help pass the torch off to Roman Reigns. At least that's what I wanted to see for WrestleMania, and that's off the table now. And you don't have Seth Rollins. You don't have Cesaro.
Exactly.
You might not
Look at
have
the DL,
Daniel Bryan.
Randy Orton.
You don't have Randy Orton.
The list goes on and on. And what you have to look at with the way WrestleMania works out, how many phone calls have been made now to Austin, to Goldberg? Now you're pulling Goldberg in. Rob Van Dam probably has some time left. Yeah. You're going to be pulling these guys in.
As much as I want to see that youth be exposed on the grandest stage of them all, potentially with 100,000 people, I don't think WWE has the balls to say, this guy, Kevin Owens, or this guy, whoever you want to pick.
Dolph
Ziggler. These guys can't sell out 100,000 seats.
That's the problem right now. You have to roll with the young guys. Look at any sports team. You have to go with the young guys. The veterans are going to.
But then you always go back to the Peyton Manning when you need it in crunch time.
Let's be really honest here. First off, we know WrestleMania sells itself in a way. They're not going to have a problem getting 85,000 and 85,000.
But they don't want that.
It's getting that last 15,000 in there. And that's where it comes to, let's be honest.
CM Punk.
Yeah, here we go.
Please help us.
Please. Let's be honest. If you build this as The Undertaker's last match, if The Undertaker went in the Hall of Fame and this was his last match, it was a retirement match basically, that right there sells something. You put Brock Lesnar you can put Brock Lesnar in the ring with a mop. If we could just see him suplex a mop 10 times, it's an attraction. You can put Brock Lesnar against Kevin Owens, Bray Wyatt, Sheamus, anybody that looks rough and tough. If you put something like The Undertaker and then you have appearances from The Rock, whether he wrestles or just appearances from Austin, which you know you'll get a non-wrestling appearance, that could sell 100,000. It's just a matter of figuring out what attention do you want to give everybody else.
Well, and here's what they can do is you look at every WrestleMania for the past handful of years, you're going to have that one attraction match where typically it'd be Brock Lesnar, Undertaker, or just even going back to last year, Sting, Triple H. You're going to have that one attraction match that hits the marquee, and then you're going to have a bunch of other matches that fill out the rest of the card, which could make for a great WrestleMania. This one's different because they want to hit 100,000. They're going to have to pull out all the stops. They're going to have to get The Rock back in the ring. If you want to do Rock and Triple H, I'm cool with that, but it looks like if he's allowed to. I
don't think he's allowed to.
I don't know. I'm not sure.
Do they wish right now that they didn't let Kurt Angle work a part-time schedule and say,
man,
Kurt Angle could come in and work with us? There's so many guys that are out there.
I don't know. I saw Kurt Angle at the gym last week, and he looked like he was having better days, man. He did not look healthy. But then you see him on Pop TV, and he looks great.
Give the guy 8 weeks.
I don't understand.
Give the guy 8 weeks.
I don't understand.
It's the magic of television. My final point is, what might be John Cena's WrestleMania loss might be a gained opportunity for fresh blood, such as an AJ Styles.
There you go.
And we'll get to that on Friday, WrestleZone.com. A lot of rumors going around. Josh and I will address all that coming out of the world of New Japan Pro Wrestling and over to WWE and NXT. Make sure you subscribe on YouTube. Make sure you follow us all on social media. We got a packed weekend, including the return of the reality according to the super genius Mark Mann. It's going to be a fun weekend. Don't go anywhere.